Saudi-backed regime forces in Bahrain have arrested several doctors and other medical staff. Security forces crashed in Ibn Sina and Al-Razi medical centers and detained an unknown number of doctors, nurses and medical staff. It is not yet clear where they have been taken. Witnesses say security forces had besieged Al-Razi medical center as the arrests were taking place. Opposition and human rights groups believe the government is taking in doctors who are suspected of taking part in protests last month. Bahraini troops backed by Saudi forces have stepped up their suppression of protesters as rallies continue across the country. Well, for more on that, we're joined by Nabil Rajab, who is the president for the Bahrain Center for Human Rights, who joins us via Skype from Manama. Mr. Rajab, as always, thank you very much for joining our broadcast. Now, we do hear that your house was also attacked, as Human Rights Watch has reported, by tear gas. I'd like to get some more details on exactly what occurred there.
Well, I think that is as an act of intimidation and harassment I've been getting in the past weeks and days for my reporting to international media and to international news agencies and human rights organizations. I've been receiving a lot of calls of threatening that I will be killed, my family will be killed. My family receives such calls and messages all the time. Yesterday early morning, my house was attacked 3:30 in the morning, while everyone were sleeping, including my mother, 78 years old mother, who is already living in life-saving equipment, and they threw 3 tear gas inside the house. And thanks God, my brother and we wake up fast because we could not breathe in the bedrooms. We went running to save my mom, and thanks God, nothing serious happened. My mom is okay now. And I brought, people from Human Rights Watch have seen that and witnessed the event. And this is, again, I said, this is will not stop me of talking, will not have an end for me exposing the violation happening here and crimes committed against humanity in this country. All this act of intimidation, it comes after banning all journalists from coming from abroad to cover those human rights violations, blocking all websites that shows the other side of the picture. So maybe I remain one of only few people who kept speaking continuously to your TV and to a different TV station and channels and international news agency. But that will not, in fact, stop me. I'm more committed today. I'm more convinced today that those crimes has to have an end, and we have to continue talking. We have to continue highlighting those human rights issues and violation till it has an end. Go ahead.
Right. Mr. Rajab, I'd like to ask you, you've been quoted by the Center for Research on Globalization in an article as saying that what's going on now in Bahrain is, and I'm quoting you, a campaign of sectarian cleansing. Now, I find that interesting considering, we've always, spoken about how this is not a sectarian issue. Now, considering that the government in Bahrain and even the Saudi government have been using this sectarian issue a lot, do you see that issue at all scaring some people off from the streets?
Well, first of all, since this issue is very sensitive, I have always to clarify that when I say sectarian, I mean the government targeting the Shias, but I don't mean the Sunni targeting the Shias. Government, who happen to be a Sunni, targeting the Shia, not based on a religious, it's a political dispute, it's a political crisis, but they try to use religion and sect to mobilize more people with them. But this is very known story by all our nation and around the countries and the international community as well. Yes, when you put hundreds of people in jail from one sectarian background, when you terminate thousands of people from their jobs based on a sectarian background, when you stop the studies and pull all scholarship from the students studying abroad based on a sectarian background, when you kill more than 30 people in those few weeks and 4 of them in custody, tortured till death, and sectarian background, this is it. When you demolish their mosques and demolish their worshipping places and shrine, which has been there for hundreds of years before even the existence of the ruling family in this country. All this together, yes, you call it sectarian cleansing. A lot of Shias from Bahrain are preparing to flee the country and find somewhere else for living. Because as you know, once they are being sacked from their job and terminated here, and then you have security treaties between the Gulf countries, and once they're blacklisted in Bahrain, they cannot work anywhere in Bahrain and they cannot work anywhere in the Gulf countries, as they will be targeted everywhere. So they have to find some place. So when you push a big community in your society, which is an indigenous community, and replace them or bring people from outside the country, give them a nationality, and you squeeze them in, economically, socially, educationally, culturally, you squeeze a community to flee the country outside, and you then bring some people from other nation and give them nationality, and all based on sectarian also background. It is a sectarian cleansing, and it is very frightening. I've been working hard with people to not leave the country, because this is what, after all, the government wants. They think that they can bring loyalist tribes from outside to them, and we are the indigenous people of this country have to leave the country. And it is very dangerous. It is the same being practiced in Yugoslavia, it's the same being practiced in Israel and against the Palestinians. It's the same practiced in many other countries. I mean, especially if you take into consideration the percentage of people in jail now, maybe it's the highest you have ever have in any other country. You have more than 1% for every 1,000 citizens in detention, and all of them from, I mean, we have 2 people, of course, out of approximately 850 people. We have 2 people who are the Sunni liberals, but otherwise all of them. But again, I have to be very clear on that. I mean, I am talking to you, I am from mixed family where we have Sunnis and I have Shias in my family, and none of the Sunni Bahrainis are happy about what is going on. They are angry at the government and what they are doing, and government try to push the Sunni and Shia to a conflict, but as you know, nothing happened as of now. Although many mosques were demolished in the past days, many shrines were demolished last days, many religious social centers were.
It seems that we may have lost the Skype feed of Mr. Nabil Rajab. He was joining us via Skype from Manama. He is the president of the Bahrain Center for Human Rights. We do appreciate his comments, as always, here on Press TV.